Hi, my name is David Edgren, and I'm going to read Nick's Amazing Journey by Lisa Kennedy. My son Nicholas has always shared my creative and working life, and as long as I can remember, he has wanted a book written for him. This is for you, Nicholas. Love, Mum. Special thanks to my partner Brian and my brothers Paul and Joseph. Nicholas felt the excitement growing inside him. As big and as golden as the sun, he was going on a journey. At first the way was easy, but then the sun's rays grew strong and hot, and Nick stopped to drink at a spring. Soon he was on his way again. Later he sat in a huge rock shelter and rested, listening to the peaceful bush noises around him. As he closed his eyes, the spirits of the place began to emerge from within the ancient rock, giving him strength and courage. That evening, Nick climbed to the top of a small hill. Star beings welcomed him to the celestial realm. All night long, the cool breath of the night whispered star songs in his ears, and the heartbeat of the earth created rhythms in his body. The spirits watched him breathing. In the soft light of a forest of dreams, Nicholas thought he saw his mother beneath a waterfall. Salty teardrops fell from his eyes. A lyrebird sang magic and power into the tears as they fell into the water. Then the tears turned into brightly colored fish, which spoke to the astonished boy. "Follow us to the sea," the fish said as they swam in circles. "How will I know the way?" he asked them. "In the morning follow the river," the fish replied as they swam away. As it grew dark, Nick thought about what the fish had said and made a fire to warm himself. The animals joined him, and together they danced around the flames. The creatures of the forest stayed close to the boy all night. As he slept, Nick dreamed of his mother. When he awoke, he found a small wombat curled up beside him. In the early morning, he remembered what the fish had said, and he walked and walked, following the river towards the sea. Soon the river became wider and shallower, and he knew he had reached the sea. He crawled through the tea tree and along an animal track onto tall sandy dunes overlooking the sea. Nick ran and jumped and rolled until he was tired and hot. He sat beside ancient middens, and the spirits of the old people welcomed him. They told him stories as he watched the smoke rise from the crackling flames of the campfire. Back at the river, the brightly colored fish darted along in the water. Nick ran after them and called, "Wait, remember me?" But the fish kept swimming. And then they were gone. All that was to be heard was the gentle lapping of the waves and the distant cry of seabirds. For a moment he felt so alone. He was so small, and the sea was so large. Suddenly he found himself being lifted into the air by a huge pelican. It was as if the old people were sending him magical powers. The pelican left Nicholas at a place where large rocks lay between the sand and the sea. He found small caves and pools full of life. Then he glimpsed the brightly colored fish again. Determined to follow them, he dived into the sea. Down, down, down he swam, and into a large sea cave. Something began to move towards Nick. He found himself staring through the shadowy water into the eye of a very old dolphin. It seemed to be telling him it was time to go home. Sea and space merged as the boy and the dolphin flew through the Milky Way, over the planets, past the shooting stars, and around the sun. Nick looked down and saw the earth far below. Then, all of a sudden, he felt something warm and familiar licking his face. As he looked into the light of the sun's rays, he caught a glimpse of the dreaming paths he had followed, and he knew that they would always be there for him.